A few Saturdays ago, we got a comment on a video saying Chris had a flippy action. Let's do it.
Let's do it now.
Hi everyone, James Robinson here and welcome down to another episode of Short Game Saturdays. As always on a Saturday we are joined by our resident short game and putting expert Chris. Chris, how you doing?
Very good, yourself?
I'm struggling to get used to that.
Yeah, but we're staying safe.
We are trying to stay safe and we hope you are too, guys. Today we're discussing, very rare do we answer negative comments, but this is an interesting comment. I think we can kind of educate people a little bit here. Apparently you have a flippy action.
Yes. Flippy action, very interesting, but it's something that a lot of people see or a lot of people comment on. You know, how do I use my wrists in the short game? Again, a word that they always use is flippy, but what I want to do is talk about that today and explain it, really.
Educate. But I will still keep having short game lessons off you even though it's flippy.
Oh, thank you very much.
No problem. So guys, just a real quick message before we get into the bones of this video. This isn't meant to stop people commenting. We want you to comment, we love you to comment, we love you asking questions, and we do answer when we can.
So we like comments. So again, anything you want to ask, any certain shots. We had someone ask about, you know, hitting out of the rough that maybe is wet and thick rough, short-sided shots. We will do that. Again, this one, it's about us being able to educate you and give you some understanding into different shots, different theories, and again, what's going to help you improve your short game.
Right, so come on, Mr. Flippy, let's go. Right, Chris, so first things first, do you want to explain maybe what your thoughts on it are and why it might be portrayed as flippy or flippy?
So a lot of people, again, when you have short game lessons, will tell a lot of people will tell you to play bumper and runs, which is not very much wrist. Again, when you're in a bunker, you'll be using a lot more wrist action or release to get the ball into the air. So again, they can work at different times. So for this shot here, we've got around about 25 yards, but I could use both a not really any wrist action, which what we would call is a long arc swing, or I could use a lot of wrist to try and get a little bit more spin, and it would look to people flippy, but it's more of a short arc swing.
Okay.
So again, a long arc swing is going to look to us where we're going to keep this club very wide. We're not going to have any kind of wrist bend, okay? And then on the way through, we're just going to rotate from there, and again, it'll be nice and long and away from us out in front.
So players who that would remind me of are Steve Stricker, Zach Johnson, people who play those kind of shots regularly?
Yeah, so two of probably the best pitchers in the world, Zach Johnson and Steve Stricker.
Am I the third one?
You are the third.
Yes.
Occasional Damien Duff. So again, they will have a very long arc, but you'll see very much with them they don't have much spin. Okay, they're very controlled, it'll stop dead, but they won't have much spin on some shots. So when they get around the edge of the green, it's hard for them to generate any kind of spin out of the rough. Okay. On the other hand, somebody who has a very short arc would be someone like Sergio Garcia. Would be like somebody like Sergio Garcia. So he would have a very quick action through the ball and again generate a lot of spin. So people will think it's flippy and has a lot of lag, but it's what we would call a short arc.
Okay, are you going to play us some?
Yeah, so let's play first. Again, we're going to play a long arc, okay? So this will be more lower, and again, it'll have a little bit more run on that, okay? Again, lower trajectory, came out, needed a little bit of a longer swing or potentially a different club, but again that's come out nice and low and it ran out. Okay, not much spin on there, again very shallow on the ground, so no real divot or ground interaction. Okay, so now we're going to go for a short arc. So again, you'll see here the reason why we can generate more spin is because there's a lot more speed as the club starts to pass the hand. So there's more speed, which means more spin if we get a centered contact. Okay. Good. So a little bit higher, came out, it's more direct. Again, landed a lot closer to the hole and checked and stopped. Okay, so there's two different ways of playing a shot. One could be classed as flippy. It gives us more spin, and it depends where and when you'd want to use that shot. I would say for this shot, again, the most consistent one would be to use a long arc. But some players, like myself, may use more wrists. Again, shorter arc can create more spin.
Right, Chris, two pretty good shots there. One better than the other. And as we see here, so we've got the long arc, which is about 15-20 feet away. Probably being a little bit generous there. Then we've got a couple of feet away, the short arc, the flippy motion. And for me, that's something which I think, short game, it's imperative that you're comfortable with what you're doing, that you practice what you're doing, and that you play a shot that works best for you. So generally,
the long arc swing would work for probably 75% of you out there.
It's a percentage shot, isn't it?
It's a percentage shot, so on average for most golfers that's going to be the most consistent. I've been used to playing the one that, again, we throw in a little bit further, it's a little bit more aggressive. That's the one I'm comfortable with. This one is definitely the percentage shot for most golfers. Again, it's something that I need to work on a little bit more. But again, you can see I'm comfortable with that shot, and again, that's what works for me. But for you guys, have a go at both and figure out which one works for yourself.
And to be fair, I've played a lot of golf with Chris over the years, and the places that Chris misses the ball, you need to get it up and stop and short arc.
Yes, normally I'm missing the wrong place.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. That has been another episode of Short Game Saturdays. Chris, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Really good. Hopefully this will all be over soon.
Fingers crossed we're all back out.
Guys,
golfing.
make sure you do stay safe. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, why not hit that subscribe button below. Also check out Chris's channel, because that is now live and there's some fantastic content going on there, as well as some pretty good giveaways as well.
There certainly is.
So guys, thank you so much. Thanks again, Chris. And as always, see you tomorrow.
And I'll see you next week.